All right, guys, I'm back. I'm still here at the Salem, at the Capitol in Oregon. YouTube just censored me and they shut down my stream, and I wasn't able to come back on the stream with any description in the title at all having to do anything with this event. I tried streaming on Twitter for a minute, but I only got about 50 viewers in there, so I'm back on here. I sent out some links. If you guys are able to send this out, the energy, things are dying down a little bit here, but they're still intense. The energy here is pretty tense. There's a lot of people looking for a fight on both sides, but anyways, YouTube flat out censored me and just does not want people to see this here, so they shut down my stream. But I'm back now. They gave me their typical vague, no answer excuse of violating community standards, which means nothing. I think it might have been that there was a Proud Boy that I was interviewing, and he was saying that he thinks we're going to civil war, and I think that somebody might have reported that as a call for violence, which I don't think that that's what it was. And even if it was, why can't the American people see for themselves and think for themselves? Why do these tech platforms need to keep trying to censor everything and think for you and tell you what you can and cannot see? It's ridiculous. Hey guys, I'm Villain Report. I'm streaming live on YouTube. Can I ask you some questions? Okay. Hey man, how you doing?
Doing all right. How about you?
Pretty good. They just shut down my stream and tried to censor this. I was able to get up another one,
right?
but I can't put anything in. Huh?
You're Villain, right?
Yeah, Villain.
Yeah, okay.
Villain. Yeah,
It's
I can't.
Wolf. I met you a couple times, bro.
Yeah. You sound familiar.
Yeah.
We're always wearing masks, so it's hard to
It's
recognize.
hard to tell.
But yeah.
Yo,
I was able to get my stream back up, but I can't put anything in the description that says anything about this event. Otherwise, it won't let me stream.
can you get a hold of John?
All right, stay safe, man. Hey guys, I'm Villain Report, streaming live on YouTube. I'm a Patriot streamer that's been documenting the riots for a couple months. What brings you guys out here today?
To support President Trump in the unfair election that was brought upon him.
Do you think Joe Biden's actually going to be our president? No. What do you think's going to happen?
I honestly don't know what's going to happen, but I don't think that Joe Biden will be president.
Yeah.
I don't think that he's competent enough to be president. I honestly don't think that he could probably spell president at this point.
He's I'm in agreement with that. He seems to be having some senile dementia slips.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
What about you, sir? What brings you out here today?
Just supporting Trump.
Yeah, you look a little young for that dog tag. Is that yours or someone else's?
This is actually my grandpa's.
Your grandpa's? That's awesome. What branch did he serve in?
Marine.
Marine?
Corps.
That's a pretty cool keepsake, man.
Yeah.
Right on, bud.
Thank you.
That's right.
And you came out here just to support today?
Yeah.
What do you think about the election? Do you think it was fair and normal?
I don't think it's fair at all.
Yeah?
What I don't understand is how they say for like the last 4 years, the media and the left has been telling us that the 2016 election was rigged from the beginning. You know, Russia, there's no way Trump won. And now they're trying to tell us that Joe Blow Schmo won fairly.
Yeah.
It's like, you can't have it both ways. Was it fair or was it unfair?
Well, I'm finding a lot of people are just like not even willing to discuss that there seems to be some weirdness going on. Like, I mean, we could discuss if that's really happening or not, and if it's just fake news. But can we at least admit that there's some weirdness going on with the ballots?
Can we all agree that there's something shady going on and it's not adding up, for sure? Agreed, 100%.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good day.
Can I pet your dog? What's his name? Johnny Cash. That's a good dog name. Hey, Johnny Cash. How you doing, pupper dog? Oh, he's a good boy. Oh, it's a good dog. Thanks, man. I'm Villain Report, streaming live on YouTube right now. Can I ask you what brings you out here today?
Freedom.
Freedom?
Freedom. Just tired of seeing it slip away.
What do you think about the election results so far?
To be determined.
Yeah? Do you think everything's above board, or are you thinking there might be some possible election interference or fraud?
There's definitely election interference and fraud.
Yeah.
Pretty much all above.
Yeah.
There's not a lot that they didn't try to do this time. It looks like they just kind of pulled every trick in their hat, just as Pelosi says, every arrow in her quiver.
Huh.
And,
Interesting.
they pretty much had their bases covered. I'm pretty sure of that.
Yeah.
Good thing is Trump's seen it coming, so they could just bide in time, hopefully come out and give us a victory. Pretty sure that there's legal stuff going on that he won't be able to discuss right now, obviously.
Yeah.
But once the cards are all on the table and everyone lays their hands out, I think we'll still get this.
I hope so. I hope so, man. It's just, to me, it's a scary thought of a Harris presidency.
Yeah. They've pretty much shown themselves for what they are, so
Yeah.
if they do get in, it's just going to be a disaster.
Are you a veteran? No. I just saw the green flag on your chest. So I thought maybe.
Lots of friends and family serve,
All right.
military family.
All right. Well, thank you for the talk, and thanks for letting me pet Johnny Cash there. Good boy.
4 more years.
That tells you all you need to know.
I didn't see all that. Rebel, what was that? Was that a Black Lives Matter car?
Because they were talking shit, and the car tried to run some people over, and so they started beating up the car. That's in short.
I saw a bullhorn out the window. What were they saying?
I don't know. I didn't hear that.
Yeah. All right.
Something that people felt like they needed to block the car run over.
Yeah. Some.
It'd be the last time they tried that.
What you say?
It'd be the last time they tried that. They're like, they're about that life.
Hey.
So if you guys missed that, tried to run up and see it, but apparently there was a car driving by with a bullhorn, supposedly saying Black Lives Matter things, and there was a little altercation. I didn't see completely what happened, so I don't want to speculate on it. But
Well, that's the spirit of the day, y'all.
the conservative crowd started blocking the car, and the car apparently tried to run some people or hit some people, and then the Patriot conservative side started hitting the car, and then they drove off. You could hear some people in the crowd that were upset and trying to stop people from doing that. A lot of people in the crowd were cheering it on. A lot of the Antifa press out here. See if I can talk to some more people.
That's all you got, bro. That's all you got. I've said words.
We got to seek peace in this country, you guys. Stop everybody from taking their turn from punching and accosting people. Getting ridiculous.
So far, that's it. Like, there's still Fuck yeah! Let's go. There's a black cross.
Hold it now. Let him come back. Yeah. You over here now.
It's awesome.
Hey, bud, were you standing right here when that car got surrounded?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell the camera what happened for me?
No, sir.
No, you didn't.
Nope. Nope. Plead the fifth.
I'll plead the fifth, huh?
Plead the fifth.
All right. Hey, were you standing up here when that car got surrounded?
No comment.
This is starting to be very similar to a different group that I tried to film.
Hey.
How you doing, man? Hey, what's up?
Good.
Got Haley Adams here.
Hi guys.
I got my stream shut down earlier for, I think it was for talking to a Proud Boy.
camera.
Hey, thank you, man.
Wanted to tell you.
Right on. It's a work in progress. Haley, did you see what happened just there? Can you describe what I did? I was too far away from it.
Some crazy stuff. But
Yeah.
all I have to say is like, I wish I could say that I have sympathy for them, but after seeing what that rock incident with Andrew,
Yeah.
it's hard for me to be like, oh, don't do that. It's just I'm kind of numb to it. It's just I just watch it. Okay,
Yeah.
that's,
I understand. I
But
think
it's
a lot of people are getting overwhelmed by the.
would I do it? Would I do that? No. But
Yeah.
at the same time, it's just I don't care anymore. When Andrew, so all of you guys are listening, our friend Andrew Black Rebel, he got hit by a rock, and when he started screaming because they hit him so if I got hit where he got hit, I would have probably just passed out. But he's got a nice sized head, and after hearing that, totally traumatized my fiance and I, 'cause it's just sick, and they cheered on. So.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't care. I'm just out here to support my president and to defend our country because right now, Donald Trump needs us, and the Trump administration, they need us to fight for them too. So we got to stand together, be united, but be safe and be smart. And don't let them get you on video doing stupid shit.
Good to see you, Haley. You stay safe. So, what do you guys think in chat? I understand this whole thing. We've been seeing months and months and months of riots and Antifa getting away with everything, and nothing being done. Cops are happy to be driving through this crowd. Everybody loves them. We've been seeing months and months and months of nothing getting done against the rioters, and still politicians are calling it peaceful, and they're hurting people. They've killed people. They resort to violence, and so there's a question going around today if it's reasonable for civilized people to continue to fight fair when the other side is getting away with not fighting fair. At the same time, it's very, very strong in me to keep things as civil as possible for as long as possible.
Fuck Trump! And fuck you, Trump fucking law!
That man is had no hands on the steering wheel. You're so tired of seeing all the anger in our country. Everybody keeps telling me I have PTSD. Probably true, but I've seen several people die. Several people get hurt really bad. There's so much hate from people on both sides. So this is actually one of the first events that I've come out, not just to film and not just to document, but I actually support this. I think that there's some shenanigans going on with the election this year, and all Americans on both sides should be upset about this. Even the people that think they're winning with Biden, they should be standing up for democracy. I mean, are we just going to stop having votes anymore after this? Just let the mob pick the president? Let me come over here and show you guys what they were talking about the monuments. So this is the Oregon State Capitol. Got a fence all around the front of it. And I wasn't down here when this stuff happened, and I haven't followed up on it, but these are some monuments. You guys will have to Google and see what they look like normally, but they're covered in blue tarps. And one of the Proud Boy guys that I was talking to said that the reason why they're covered up is because these monuments have been destroyed by the rioters, and the politicians don't want that to be seen by people. There's the golden man on top of the statue, on top of the Capitol up there, axe in his hand, talking about the spirit of the, I don't remember what you call them, the wagon trail men and the Westerners that came out and blazed a trail through the western part of the United States. So this is our state capitol, and we've got politicians allowing disorder and riot to go on to where we can't even have our state capitol be kept in good order and beauty. Hello. Is there trolls in here, Chrysanthemum? Pioneers is what I was looking for. Thank you. Pioneers is what I was looking for. Do I have mods in the room right now? I see Proud America. Proud American, if you can be a little bit heavy on the modding today, please. And Pommy Mommy, everybody just be a little bit heavy on the modding. If people are saying really atrocious things or targeting people subtly, I just want to let you guys know. Wave Sliding, thank you for being in here. I already got my stream shut down once today. They're going to try to get in here and shut it down by the chat. So just be a little heavy-handed on the modding today, guys, please. And for people that are viewing, just realize that censorship is going on like crazy. So it is what it is. So I'm just going to have a heavy hand today in order to get the stream to keep from getting shut down. My account, the username my account is me at Super Chat, $10. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thanks for being here, Josh. I see you there. But just one more time, just so you guys know, I'm going to have my mods do a heavy hand today. So anything questionable comments, or you're going to get just the boot real quick, because I don't want this to get shut down today. Is God Rides a Harley? That's a cool name. Oops. God Rides a Harley sends $2, says don't give up. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Greatly appreciated. So you guys, if you're not followers of mine, you're following me, you're watching on YouTube Live right now, Villain Report. I also have platforms. I've got another Chrysanthemum, $5. Thank you. Protect your channel. Thank you. Thank you, Chrysanthemum. I'm also on Facebook, Villain Report. I'm on Twitter, Villain Report, and I'm on Twitch, Villain Report. I couldn't stream on Twitch right now because I don't have my key with me for this phone. But you guys can follow me on those platforms. I've been trying to follow this stuff for the last couple months. And more, I'm trying to just analyze and talk about what's going on in our country and why things are so messed up the way they are. Why so many people are confused and hurting. Put me through Venmo. Is thevillainreport@gmail.com. Dang it, what is going on here? All right, I'm back. So, again, you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube here, Villain Report. You can help me out, tip me if you like, on Cash App, Venmo, Villain Report, or thevillainreport@gmail.com for PayPal. I really appreciate all you guys that done what you've done for me, and thank you. Please like, subscribe, and follow if you can, if you want to. Help me get those numbers up to get these messages out. I got another $5 super chat. Dang it. This phone is being weird. Sorry, guys. From Kid Seville. My favorite streamer. Thanks for keeping it 100. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Chris Wilson. having service issues, which is weird. I've got an excellent plan right now with all bars. My phone's acting a little weird right now, but Annie O sends $5 super chat. Keep on keeping on with faith, heart, and prayer. Thank you. Appreciate that. Oh, look at this. And Nani Moose sends $5 super chat. Anyone needs to move to the other streaming platforms that won't censor. Yeah, I do. And I'll be working on that pretty soon. Need to get my stuff together more. Chats. If I missed you, I'm sorry. I think I saw everybody's chat. What do you think about this, man?
Pretty good. It's encouraging to see.
What's that?
It's gonna be wonderful.
Yeah.
It's encouraging to see everybody show up.
Yeah.
Well,
have you been to an event like this before?
No.
Yeah.
First one.
Do you want to be on the stream or no?
No, I'll stay up.
Okay. I'm gonna stand on the other side of you. Yeah, it's interesting to come to these things, huh? It's just. Hold on a second.
They're on their way. They're on their way. Stay for the party.
Well, I'm thinking about it.
Join us, Michael. Nobody get the reference. That's a Lost Boys reference. Yeah. The vampire movie. Yes. It's a movie that must be watched by everyone and anyone. And a $10 super chat from. Every time I tap on something, my screen goes weird. There we go. $10 super chat from Xi Jinping, if I said that right. German atheist here. Might not have the ability to believe in your God, but I believe in your freedom and the independence of the American people. Europe has fallen. Keep America great. Thank you, man. Appreciate the words. I think we need more of that. We need, in my opinion, we need to get people to find common denominators, common ground to start from. We can't agree on everything, but we can find something to start from so that we're not just starting from hate. Freedom seems like a good thing that most people can get behind. Hold on a second. Okay. I don't know what's going on with my service right now, guys. Courtney Cook sends $5 super chat. Thank you, brother. So the service is what it is right now. There's something going on back there? I don't think so. So right now I'm just kind of walk the edges of the area and see if there's any shenanigans lurking around. You got your light on, bro. There you go. Got Antifa walking over there with a rainbow flag, a rainbow American flag. That might. You guys are watching right now. I'll be back over to the main area in just a moment. I'm just kind of curious if there's any groups forming on the outskirts. When I came in earlier today, I saw a crew of Black Bloc Antifa with their red medic stripes on their shoulders, about 10 blocks away from where this event is at. Shanna says Ninja and others just got to Oregon too. Just Oregon or Salem? Yeah, my stream keeps buffering, even though I've got good cell service right now. The stream keeps buffering. So over here. Salem, Oregon, so Ninja and some other streamers just got here. right now I'm just walking around for my own personal curiosity and see if there's any groups forming on the outskirts of where we're at. I've only seen little groups of Antifa forming here and there, but I've seen just a few people at a time, but I've seen a lot of different people coming in and out, so I'm just curious if there's a group of them somewhere. Got backup with me today. It's nice. Are you right on? That person has what looks like a rolled up transgender flag over there, pink and blue and white. Yeah, a lot of the people that have been coming out to these events and organizing them, like Haley that I spoke to a little bit ago, Haley Addis, I see more and more violence, and just like she was describing, it's not just the violence that is upsetting people when they see. It's you see like Black Rebel got hit pretty bad with a rock in his head, like it went to the bone, and he was gushing blood, and he's a tough guy, and he was screaming from the pain. And then all over online, they're posting that stuff and celebrating it and laughing and enjoying that he got hurt like that. I mean, it's one thing. What?
Which side are you with?
I'm a patriot.
That's what I expected. I'm a trans person. You hate me.
I'm actually, I actually have dealt with that my whole life too, friend. I don't hate you. I sympathize with you, buddy. Interesting. But I lost my train of thought now. Oh yeah, it's not just that they think they need to use violence and they end up being violent. It's that they're just enjoying it. It just like satisfies them, and they celebrate it and mock the people that get hurt. Like, you're seeing all the things that were said. If you didn't, maybe you did. All the things that were said about Philip Anderson when they knocked his teeth out at the event in San Francisco. I'm not really seeing any groups anywhere. Just a couple counter protesters, and that's it. But, I'm gonna go back over to the event in just a moment, but since I'm out here, might as well enjoy the beauty. Let's go check out this art sculpture thing over here. Kind of a beautiful little park. Man, that Capitol looks pretty nice from this point of view. I'll walk over here and just enjoy myself for a minute. Gotta take in some goodness rather than all the anger. I'm not so sure I'm feeling, this park's beautiful, but I'm not so sure I'm feeling this this pile of copper. I don't know if I want to call that an art display. What the heck is this? Might be a trunk of the Fortress of Solitude, possibly. Capitol Fountain, 1980. Welded bronze. Welton B. Blix sculptor, a gift to the people of Oregon from former Governor and Miss Charles Sprague. 1939 to 1943. So there's this thing. Everybody's been talking about that recently, the Antifa being like just all of them spracked out on drugs. I haven't found that to be true. Obviously, there is a lot of drug use in those crowds, but I don't think it's accurate to say that they're all just out there cracked out on meth or that. I haven't experienced that when I've been out there. You want to interview? No? So why'd you assume I hated you?
Now the people you're supporting hate me. I've had multiple people in that crowd call me a fucking fag. So.
Well, there's people that are gonna have offensive views on every side, you know.
Yeah, I believe in inclusivity where we accept people for who they are, and
I agree.
y'all do it.
This guy over here's watching it.
It's okay. But I agree, man. I think everybody should be able to live the life how they want to, as long as they're not hurting other people.
Yeah, your people are hurting other people. That's the problem. Those people in that crowd have chased down my friends, hit them in the head multiple times with bats, knocked them on the ground.
Well, for one thing, that's not really my people. I'm a patriot. I like our country, but I'm not affiliated with any of these groups. I know a lot of the people over there, but I'm not part of any of those groups. I do.
Our country is wanting our country to be better than it is. Liking our country is our mass incarceration rate. Liking our country is wanting to improve its social stability and social welfare. Liking our country is making our country better, making our people better, not just providing more and more profits towards capitalist elites.
Yeah,
But you clearly want to give more and more profits to capitalist elites because you keep voting for the party that does that.
That guy circled around. He's talking on the radio.
well, he might be part of the group up there just watching me, so he's okay. Well, that's a whole bunch of different talking points. I'd like to have a discussion with you, but I'm gonna go back over there and film the event. I actually.
You gotta understand, I'm all the way over here because there are so many of you over there that I know that if I walk near you, they'd chase me down and hit me for full.
Yeah, there are some people over there that'll do that, but that's not all of them, and you're kind of a little bit provocative.
That behavior in your environment, it's stop it. That's what we do. We see some anti-trans behavior, we stop it.
All right, you have a good day, man. Person, have a good day, person. Said he wasn't a man. Got upset for me calling him man. Where's the guy at?
There's another guy over this side too.
They have security at these events. The Patriots set up security to keep the perimeters, and so it's likely that it's just one of the Patriots keeping the perimeter, making sure there's not a big group coming in, or making sure there's not weirdos. You hear that? Was that like a distant gunshot I just heard?
I don't know. It could have been a backfire.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the air.
He's got an American flag hat, mask on. Hey, you guys. Is this guy with us? Guy right on the back of these bushes here. He's got a radio and stuff. I don't know if he's one of us, but he's been following me around a little bit. So just on the other side of the bushes there. How you guys doing?
No, I was going to put my mask up. I didn't know who the fuck it was when I realized it was a villain.
Yeah, it's
It was
villain.
like, all right, I'm good.
Is this guy with the Patriots here?
Probably not. We'll see. Nope.
Keep an eye on him. He's got a radio. He was following me around a little bit, and
Hey, brother.
he had something in his hand he was just putting together just a moment ago.
Hey, brother. No, he's parked right next to me. No, he's good.
He's good?
No, he's good.
All right.
Parked right next to me, bro.
He was just lurking in the bushes, and it was kind of suspicious, so. Yeah, I figured. always weird in situations like that because I don't know if I'm filming the security that's just helping the area out and getting them on camera and drawing attention to them unnecessarily when they're just trying to watch the perimeter and make sure everything's okay and safe, or if I'm filming some creep trying to cause some problems or start shit. I'm gonna stop here for a minute and just post up and point the camera here and just talk to you guys and chat for a moment. So give me just a second. All right, guys, if you want to chat, I'm watching the chat. I can interact with you guys for a little bit here. Why did the stream get removed earlier? I don't know. YouTube doesn't give you, all the tech platforms don't actually give you very definitive reasons for stuff like that. I think it was because I was interviewing a Proud Boy about what he thought was going to happen, and he said that he thought civil war was coming. I don't personally think he was calling for violence or civil war, but I'm sure that somebody just reported me for that and shut the stream down. It didn't tell me why. I didn't get a violation, but it said if it happened again, I'd get a violation. So that's one thing frustrating about all this stuff is it's very vague and unclear of like what the rules are and what gets you in trouble. And a lot of times it's just you'll get people that don't like you and they'll go do a mass reporting on you and get a whole bunch of people to claim that you're violated some kind of policy, and then the platform will shut you down without even looking at it and not give you the chance to even review it. Sometimes you'll get the chance to review it, but so. Eduardo Rojas says, you think fraud will be exposed further? I hope so, man. Like, I think someone has to be pretty simple-minded to not admit that some strangeness is going on. We can get down to the bottom of it all and figure out if all these things are true or not, the claims of voter fraud and all that. But to just say that nothing's happening at all doesn't make sense to me. Said YouTube did that, bro. Was off in 2 seconds. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't exactly know why exactly I got suspended. They don't tell you. It's just there's not transparency with the platforms, which is it's kind of frustrating. They should if they're gonna give you a violation for something, they should give you a specific answer on what you did wrong so that you don't do it again. But a lot of times it's biased and not evenly spread, so they can't. It would I think sometimes it would just expose that they're biasly censoring. Hey, fancy pants. DLive is a good place. I've looked into that a little bit. I haven't set up the platform yet, but I'll be trying some stuff, some new experiments with that kind of thing. But it's hard because YouTube's such a big platform to use. So it'd be nice if we had like a meta social media platform to where you could follow people outside of the platforms, and then I could just put a link to anything on there. And all my followers could be in one place rather than losing a bunch of followers if I get deplatformed off of one of them. Not Verizon today, if that's what you're asking. Nope. yeah, if you guys are techies, you feel free to steal that idea from me. Create a meta platform. Create a meta social media platform to where it just kind of all your followers and your friends and all the connections are on that platform, and then it attaches to the other platforms as you use them, if that was even possible. So Andreas Andrade says, what's all this about? So we are at Salem, Oregon at the state capitol. This is the Capitol building right here. There's a rally, a protest going on today about, it's called Steal the Vote. It's a movement that's going across the country. As far as I understand, every state capitol in the country today is having the same rally, and it is in response to what many people believe is a fraudulent election. We have a little drama conversation going on over here. Let's see if I can go film this. But yeah, people are coming out in support of President Trump, saying that the election's being sold from him.
Most situations where an officer is called, an armed officer is not necessary. They are trained to
Hold up.
have a gun.
What do you mean an armed officer?
I don't have.
Based off of what?
You don't have. Remember the story of Rayshard Brooks?
What's wrong with my mindset then?
Your mindset is Black Lives Matter. All lives matter. It doesn't
We
matter.
already knew that. My daughter is white. Obviously, her life matters. She knows that.
Then we need to stop the separatism. When
There's
we
no
stop.
separatism. That's me saying my life matters.
Okay, but you're saying it in a different way.
My life matters.
Your life
Black
matters.
lives matter.
My life matters.
Yes,
This
Black
man's
lives
life
matter.
matters.
Yes, he already knew his life mattered.
All life
He knows his
matters.
life matters.
Your life
No, no, it doesn't. For a long time, no. See, you can't tell me how I felt, because my entire life I felt like I've never been equal. I was adopted by white people that treated me like shit. Molested my daughter.
You
No,
had
shut
a
up.
bad-
Listen.
you had a
No,
bad
listen.
life.
Listen. You want to hear how I feel? No, you want to hear how I feel? And you're telling me that my life doesn't matter, but my entire life.
No, we're telling you
never.
your life matters.
No, and I'm trying to tell you, my entire life, I have been talked down just because of my skin tone. I've been treated like shit, so yes, Black Lives
You
Matter.
allow that. You allow that.
I did
I'm
not
not going to
allow
allow
that.
that.
I did not allow that. I tell you, fuck off. My life fucking matters. Yes. So me saying, fuck off. Black Lives matter.
All lives matter.
It's not that your
See,
life
why
is
does it make it?
but it's not that you have a black life. It's that you have a life, and you as a person, you matter.
Yeah, but
See
for
the difference in
500
what I'm
years,
trying to
they've
say to
never
you?
been saying that.
That's them.
No,
Don't
I'm
let
curious,
them
I'm
do
curious.
that to your brain.
That's the
wanna
same
hear the
people out
situation.
here.
No, it isn't.
I just drove through and they
We are
bashed
them.
my car
Now,
in.
do you know
They
who-
just bashed my car in, and you're telling me my life matters?
that wasn't this group.
But do you see how I feel there right now? It
wasn't
was.
this
I
group.
just drove
It
through.
wasn't this group.
And they literally
They
just
were a
bashed my
group of
car in.
people
And told me
who
you're a
stood
fucking
there.
nigger. Go the fuck home. Yes, I did. I have it on recording. I can literally show you the recording. And you're telling me my
That
life
must have
matters.
happened a little further
You're
down
literally
the road,
telling me
and
my
I was
life
standing
fucking
right there,
matters.
and I didn't hear that.
We're telling.
If my life matters, then why is someone bashing my car and calling me a nigger?
Because they're an asshole.
Because
All
they're
this
an
shit we
idiot.
slap
Yeah,
down.
exactly.
That's why.
But then none of the rest of you try to control.
Well, we did,
try
absolutely
to
did.
control it
Yeah.
or stop
They
it.
did.
Well,
Matter
you're the
of
one
fact,
stopped it.
yeah.
Yes.
Matter
And
of
then
fact,
someone
they
started
took the
just
back.
to let you
spit in
know.
my face.
Hold on. We did.
No, they literally someone spit in my face.
We did.
You're not
They
listening.
called me a nigger.
And
Like,
if we'd have been there,
and then you realize, well, that's why I'm out here.
If we had been
fighting
there-
for Black Lives Matter.
Right.
no,
We took that.
they were told they have to leave. We got rid of the people that, some of the bad actors that we can get our hands on.
But
We're
that's why a
not.
lot of us never feel safe coming out here and even trying to say how we feel or talking to you guys, because
Here's a
literally
quick-
we drive through a
But
protest,
we have that
people
opportunity
beat
now.
the fuck out of us.
I understand. We have,
Like-
but we have that opportunity now, right? We were trying to. I'm trying to tell you as a person, not a white guy, not talking to a black girl, not talking to a black man, just talking to people, right? You as a person, your life matters. You've had a rough, terrible life. I had a pretty rough one too. My father used to beat the living shit out of me. He used to kick my mother around. I'd wake up in the middle of the night hearing him slap my mother around the kitchen. Okay, not a great place to be, right? All I'm saying is your life matters, and I totally agree with it. If I were walking down the street and somebody treated you like that, I'd be one, if not the first guy. Maybe I'm not as young as
But
I
that's
was.
the
I might
thing
take
is,
me a
like,
minute
there'll
to
be
get
like
there,
three of you,
but I
and
would
then
be
the rest
honest.
of us will beat us up.
What if I was drunk?
You and I could walk over there
out
in
of
our
the
whole group, and everybody
And I
be pistol.
guarantee you, you'll get
And
this.
shot at the
People will look at
officer.
me like this.
Come over there with me
What the
right
fuck?
now, and I promise
What
you.
the fuck? What the fuck?
no,
I
no,
would
no,
not
I
walk
want
up
you to
in there
answer the
because
question.
I
Why
know
deserve to be shot?
for a fact. Being someone that's 22
okay,
years old,
so
I've
the
been
officer
beat up.
Right now, you walk over there.
I literally got myself choked out by a big dude and got knocked
understand.
out on the floor.
Look,
Like, and then you tell me that my life matters and I'm supposed to feel safe.
Cops are supposed to protect me, but they never have my entire life.
Okay, I'm sorry for that.
I literally got my jaw broken by a white dude 3 months ago.
So did I.
And the cops literally arrested. No, but they arrested me. They told me it was my fault, even though I didn't even know who he was.
Okay.
I can't speak to that. I don't know what
just,
happened. I'm
but
just
it
trying to tell you.
happened.
But you see why people feel this way?
We gotta move.
Well, I do understand.
Because people
I
go through
understand why
things,
you feel
and
that
no
way.
one
I do.
ever justifies the
Because,
things
again,
that
they
they're
don't have
literally
father
like. These cops
in
should
the
have
home.
protected me. They should have told me.
Welfare.
They should have arrested him, not let him. And then he came back and then pushed my sister up a fucking balcony.
Why did
I
they go
want
to
you to
jail
know
in the
something.
90s?
That doesn't just happen to black women, okay?
Oh,
It happens to white
and
women
Joe
too.
Biden.
It happens especially to women around the country
Where they
that are
get blamed?
victims.
What did Trump do? What did
Yes,
Trump
that
do?
are victims of
Yeah, but if
of
you look at the
domestic
statistics,
abuse.
there's
No,
less
don't
black
do
people
that.
in the
Yeah,
world.
don't look at statistics.
Don't do the
There's
statistics.
less
because
black
that's
people in
not
the
a
world
good reason
anyway.
for you.
So if you look, yes,
So what-
statistics, they're literally statistics
There are
matter.
less black people in the world. Yes, you know
And
what?
so if you do look at statistics and you do base it off of that, there's more white people, and if you base them off, literally more black people are getting hurt than white people are because there's less of us already.
But we
Okay,
gotta
hold on.
stop the black
Hold
white
on.
thing.
Look,
We got it.
I will listen to your
Are we talking about
statistics.
with crime and police?
I'll be
We're
happy.
just talking in general, brother. We got to stop the white-black thing. If we don't stop the
Yeah,
white-black
but
thing,
that's
we'll
what I'm
never be
saying.
able
We
to
go
come
and do a
together.
That's what I'm
protest
trying
and
to
people
share
tell
with
us,
you.
fuck off, fuck
And
you, let us
obviously
say
it's
Black
not
Lives Matter, and
But
you
you know
guys
what?
can say what you want.
Can I-
Because Black Lives Matter to me.
Can I share with you
All
why?
lives matter.
Can I
All
share
lives
something
can't
with you?
matter until my life
Can't.
matters.
Your life does matter.
But it
You
doesn't.
just have to believe it matters.
Here's-
You don't believe it matters. To me,
But it
your
does.
life matters.
Listen, it's not.
We do understand what you're saying. Yes, we do.
Wait, how can you tell me?
You're
I
telling
don't
he doesn't
understand.
No, she's
How
right
can
about
you-
being a woman.
That's
My
right.
life
Oh, okay, you're
will
right.
never matter.
I cannot
Yeah, but you
understand being a woman.
can't keep.
But
we're
being a
not
black
going
woman
there.
in America,
This is also a man against woman. I tell
Okay.
you what.
You know what?
You know, you
That's-
guys need to get over it.
Oh, we need to get over. There
Yeah.
you go.
Not
You're
a
a man
man
hater.
You need to get
Great.
over it. No, I'm not.
We
Oh my
didn't come
God.
here to make it a man against woman or
Or
a
black
white against
against white.
black.
And
Because it's
We're
not.
here. We're here to
Until
say
we
the
can
opposite
come
of that.
together as people, we're fucked. I want you guys to understand that. Until
Yes.
we can come together
So
as
then why
people,
can't
It's a
people?
great
not,
day. It's
not
a great
white
day.
people.
So we can do that here though too.
Then wait,
But when
then
you come up,
if we want to come together, then why can't we all just march together for Black Lives Matter and then be like,
tell
boom,
her.
they
Don't
matter
tell her
now,
how
they
to
matter
think.
now.
Hold
Why
on.
can't you make us feel
How
like
is
we
that?
matter?
Can I ask you?
Tell her how to
Why can't
think.
you ever make us feel like we matter instead of just saying no?
That's right.
Look,
Let's just forget it.
Don't
Let's
tell
just
her
forget
how to
it.
think and feel.
Why can't we all just to come together and be like,
You
let's
haven't
march
even
for
heard me
Black
talk
Lives
because I
Matter.
can't get a word in.
How can we
not-
never
you
do
haven't.
that?
It's not about let's march about Black Lives Matter.
So what?
It's how about we all come together and
as
march?
Americans.
You're welcome
for
to join
all-
the conversation if
But
you
we
all
like.
shouldn't work
lives
as
matter.
Americans because we were not Americans were not. This wasn't their land in
But
the
you
first
are
place.
an American.
Oh,
Yeah, but
well,
this wasn't Americans'
But
land in the first place.
It
This
wasn't
was the
overlooked.
Indians.
You can go
Right.
back to the beginning of civilization.
This is the
The
Indians.
Romans
We
created
should
more
march for the
atrocities on the
Indians, if
world than we
anything.
did. They're going
Because
to tear
the
down.
Indians
You're
have
going
been
to tear
pushed
down
out
the
of their own
Colosseum.
land for millions of years.
Okay.
Right.
Look.
But we
Well, hundreds
have
or
to
whatever the fuck.
we have to come together as a people. As a people. Okay? God created us. If you believe in God,
I have
God
one right here.
created us
See? And
in
already
his
when they
image.
see people are back there saying, "Fuck all those Black Lives Matter."
You know what?
Right.
It's not
It's just like that.
it's not about the Black Lives Matter. That's what you got to get past. You got to get
But
past
why?
that,
Why
sister.
can't I ever
Don't
feel
live
like
this.
Why can't I say that's just like saying
But
you like
no, it's not.
You know what?
we have literally been oppressed. Why can't I say that Black Lives Matter?
Can
But
you?
why can't I?
You've been
Why
asked.
is that not okay?
You've asked that 15 times, and each time I start to talk, you get really upset and you start.
Because you never
It's very
answer it.
emotional.
You just keep
I
saying
can't. You
forget
talk
it.
over me constantly.
There you go.
Thank you. All right. Look, it's not that. It's a real simple phrase that nobody can disagree with, right? I mean, there's some idiots that do. I don't give. They're idiots.
Right.
But Black Lives Matter, and White Lives Matter, and Brown Lives Matter, and Chinese Lives Matter. Lives matter. People matter. That's the important message in my brain, and most everybody here that I know feels that same way. Those guys over there that you think don't, I guarantee you, you know that organization, the president of that.
I saw a car. I saw a Black Lives Matter car go through here, and I saw it get attacked.
She was in that
Right.
car. Yeah.
Oh, she was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
So-
standing right there. I was on the outside.
Okay, well, we're having a conversation. Thank you. I finally got a chance to talk with her, so if you don't mind. So,
But don't change the
Yeah,
issue because
yeah,
you're
don't-
skirting the issue, and that's
So
what
what I'm
the
trying to tell
media
you is-
loves to do.
there are idiots in every crowd. You guys probably have them in your crowd. We have them in our crowd. You have them in the mall. I mean, there's idiots around. We all recognize that, right? So my point is, you go over there, I guarantee you, any of the guys that are that group over there, and I'm not a Proud Boy. I'm not with their organization at all. But I can tell you, They all feel that way. And if something were happening to you, they ran over there. The people that were being the idiots over there weren't part of that Proud Boys group or whatever. We ran over there and stopped those people and yelled at them, hey, knock it off, leave them alone, this is bullshit. And we stopped them and told them if anybody did that again, they were going to get tossed out of here. So I just want you to know that about them, first of all. And I'm not one of them, right? That's the first
And neither am I.
And the bigger issue for most people with, again, the statement Black Lives Matter is and obvious to any logical, intelligent human being. Okay? The problem with Black Lives Matter, BLM, is that organization is founded by Marxists. If you look at the biography, the women who are the founders of it will flat out tell you, and you don't have to take my word for it, look at their biography. They are trained Marxists. They admit to being professionally trained Marxists. And if you know what Marxism is, it leads to communism. Even Marx himself said the goal of socialism is communism, right? They are trained by a guy who's also trained from someone named Saul Alinsky out of Chicago. Radical people who broke out of an organization back in the 60s. There's a thing called the Weather Underground. The Weather Underground was a spin-off of the Students for Democratic Society. And the Weather Underground didn't feel like it was violent enough that they were getting enough done. So they broke off and became a lot more violent. They bombed buildings, they bombed federal buildings, they got involved with the FBI, and all kinds of problems.
BLM website?
Somebody said that Portland Andy got removed while eating lunch. What does that mean? His log got taken down. I think we're going to see some increased censorship coming up.
And what happened?
There's Flip Todd there.
Joe Biden on every foreign policy decision he's ever stood behind. He's going to keep on the
Where's your fucking source? 47 years of nothing! Nothing he's ever done! Nothing!
Fucking
He's a
nothing!
horrible person! No, she's like 60, so it would be 60 years still. What a fucking retard. Don't use that language! That's the most offensive word you can fucking call. She wants her pussy grabbed by Trump, but you know, she's over age limit. Maybe Rudy Giuliani will take you on next. Oh yeah, she's I know she can't even hear who said what. And she's fucking already blaming people who said what. She's the one who thought I said that. You thought I said that. You looked at me and said that. That's the funniest thing. I don't even know you. I know you don't fucking remember. Shut the fuck up. Remember what? Oh, they're blocking with her with the flag. I support the flag, so keep waving the flag. This is us. And you support a pedophile. Oh, yes. You are a pedophile. 16 sexual assault allegations, and he wants to fuck his own daughter. And you know that's where the pussy. And Maurice says that's a lie.
Have you seen that video of just Joe Biden just like hugging that girl and she's trying to walk away?
Exactly. You know, see that they watch fake news.
That girl like tries to go away.
I mean, he's so well. The same thing.
Oh, go away. My God.
I'm not going anywhere. Read a fucking speech. Hey, my car was fixed and it was covered under warranty. That's some good news. Yes.
Hey, hold on. How many do I have here? Here we go. Oh my God. Where's your people at? Where's your fucking people? The retard with the pink hair. Right there. The retard with the pink hair. That's it. Right there. Oh, the guy right there. Yeah, and the fucking Haitian. And the guy Haitian.
You're making fun of disabled people.
I can fucking hear you.
Define fucking retarded.
I can hear you. You bitch. You fucking ass.
You don't know what it means.
And just letting you know, hey, we fucking want that. You know what? You don't have to hurt me.
You make any fucking eggs? I want those.
Well, I'm gonna go back over to the other group, you guys. That's probably the more drama that I should be filming for views, but I guess they're done over there already. No, they're still over there. They're actually having dialogue over here. I'm gonna go film that instead. That was just a bunch of people shouting nonsense at each other.
It doesn't matter. You can say, because my wife is black, I've been through what she did. Fuck you,
breathes and
You've
talks
never
and
been
has
through what I've
conversations
been
with
through.
somebody.
I'm just trying to relate to you. So this is my whole thing. We're talking about George Soros. We're talking about like what's going on politically in the world and in America right now, and George Soros is a big part of that. Do you know about globalism at all? About this idea that we all need to be one world government? Okay, now this is where I'm going with the fact that my wife is not white. She's not from this country. She was adopted from another country. I've been there and I've seen what Marxism and communism does. Where is she from? She's from Vietnam. And you saw her family. You saw the kids sleeping on the cold pavement with empty stomachs. You would wake up at night and cry. This country is so great. And there's racism here. I admit, this country is great. There's racism here, but it is nothing like. It is nothing like.
We should let people like your wife in more.
It's
We
nothing
should
like.
take in people that are getting
She's
harmed.
here. She's here.
I know,
and
but,
she's flourishing.
but then
She's
what
doing
about
great.
what
She
about
has
my
a good job.
what about
She
my
makes
brothers
good
and
money.
sisters left in Trinidad because they wouldn't let me take them with us?
You know what? There's injustices in the world, but the point is right now that we live in a great country. Regardless of what it was, what it is now, in 2020, there is more opportunities for people here of any color than
Not
there is
really.
anywhere. Yes, there is.
Right now,
Yes,
because of
there
the
is.
BLM movement,
It has
I
nothing
literally
to do with
have
that.
so much prosper
No.
because of this.
Okay, do you know that Donald Trump put in place, he put 10, so from...
I never even
from
got
year-
my check,
from-
so I
from-
don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
from
Neither
year to
do
year,
I, right? But who
Fuck
cares?
Donald
I don't
Trump.
care about that check.
Year
It's
to
not
year.
the check that he's done for us.
The year to year, okay? A check is like welfare. It's a handout. It's not a hand up, right? So it's all it does is say, here's something to get through the day. Would you really want to help people, any people, you give them the ability to have their own wealth and their own prosperity and to earn and work for that. Donald Trump, just so you know, he put traditionally black colleges, right? That's what they call these colleges.
Right.
Traditional or can't remember another term, but traditionally black colleges. Every year they had to come back to Congress and ask for money. Every year. It's a one-year deal. They get some money from Congress, one-year deal. They came to Donald Trump, like they have to other presidents, other things. So can we get our money for this coming year? And he says, well, how much do you need? And they said this much, and they said, thank you. And he says, didn't you guys have a contract? Did it expire or something? And they said, no. He says, well,
See, that's what I'm saying. Doesn't
They're
matter
idiots.
what
Right.
we look like,
But-
people would base us no matter what.
Right.
Like,
So here's the thing. So he said, well, that's ridiculous. I'm going to give you twice what you asked for, and I'm going to give you a 10-year deal, so you don't have to come back every 10 years. And
racism is solved.
So
No,
You're-
racism is all.
you're a fool.
Yeah, I know.
You're-
Why do you
okay,
have
you
to
say
be
the
so
foolish
negative,
things like that? It's
brother?
not that racism
Okay.
solved. What I'm trying to say is he has been doing good things on that front.
but then what do you
to
do about
treat
the
it,
actual
right?
racist people?
Well, but it's
There's
right.
a lot of them in
They're
Oregon.
everywhere, not
There's
just
a lot of
Oregon.
them
Look,
everywhere.
there's places in
I'm from
Oregon
the
because I'm
South.
white, I shouldn't go, right? I grew up in Massachusetts.
There's no places in
There's-
Oregon you can't
Oh,
go.
I guarantee you.
That's wrong.
I guarantee you.
That's
They're
wrong.
Trust me. And
I know
hey,
where
in
there
my
are
high school
places in
years,
Portland you
my
don't
high
go
school
if you're
years
white.
were spent outside of Berkeley and Oakland, right down there in the Bay Area.
Oh,
I
yeah.
guarantee you, there are places.
Yeah, we
as a
don't
white
even
guy-
have to talk about Oakland.
I wouldn't
'cause-
even. There's no way in
Yeah.
hell I would go through them as a white guy walking around.
And you can
So
take that
That's
mask
not.
off.
That's not the validate.
You don't need that.
That's
Yeah,
not
I
the.
know.
I
Don't
know,
worry.
right?
Don't worry about this.
That's not to
so-called
validate
bullshit
anybody,
corona that they
right? It's
have
not to
going
validate
on.
anybody.
No, I wear my mask to
It's all
protect
wrong.
myself because I don't want people to know who I am.
Well,
That's fine.
you know
Okay.
what? But don't be afraid.
Can I try something?
I'm-
So,
Yeah.
I'm
Oh, no,
live
you're
streaming
good.
right now.
Oh, okay. I'll just back this way a little bit.
Don't be afraid of who you are. Don't be afraid. That's why when Antifa comes and they start photographing, I make sure they get my face. I tell them where I live. Because if they want to be stupid enough to show up to my door, God
I
forbid.
don't know. I tell them Lester's addresses.
I'm just saying, sister,
I'm not
look.
even kidding. If they ask me what my address is, I'll tell you what Lester's
I'm going to tell you
address
right now.
is.
All you
There's
got-
enough of those
it's
going
not
around.
about
I'm not even
Black
kidding either.
Lives
I'll literally
Matter.
get like.
Okay? Every life matters.
That's
and when
fine.
we get past the black and the white and the yellow and the green and all that shit, can we really truly make a difference in our country.
Well, let me ask
but
you,
as
I
long
do
as
have a
we
question.
keep separating ourselves,
Let me ask you this
there's
then.
going to
If
continue
we
the
stop
bullshit.
saying Black Lives Matter, are people going to stop saying Blue Lives Matter? Because blue lives aren't actually a thing. I mean, Black lives are a thing. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
So
Well,
people that say blue lives are a thing, they're not. They could take off their outfit and go home. I can't take my skin off.
Right, no.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Like that's
Right.
the only reason why
But-
I think
but
that
it's
like
not-
saying Black Lives Matter is something huge, and it is a lot of it is against the cops because of the fact how they do treat Black people.
Well, here's a weird thing, though. Here's a really
Understand
difficult
that
thing about
they
BLM.
treat black people bad. I'm not going to say they don't, but here's the fact. If you look at it, matter of fact, I got a job up in Portland that I was doing a ceiling, and on the way there, because of this COVID shit, I don't have a license plate. I have that tag in the window. I have smoke windows. So his excuse was, well, I pulled you over because I seen you didn't have a license plate. I said, well, I have a tag in the back window. He goes, oh, well, I didn't see it. So he walked back there, he checked it, he comes back. He says, well, if your insurance and your license check out, I'll let you go. So I gave him that. It checked out, right? I didn't harass him. I didn't go, you know, what the fuck, dude? Why are you pulling me over, man? You're systematically checking me out because I'm a black man in a rich neighborhood. I didn't do any of that shit. And you know that a lot of others do that shit. And then when you start calling them on their shit.
Ebros, thanks for the $5 super chat. He asked if I know YouTube's taken down one of my videos. They've taken down a few from time to time, mostly my live streams, and they usually don't tell me why. So I'm assuming they took the early one down today. I assume. I've got it recorded on GoPro though.
That's what we're here for. The system needs to change.
Right, but the way that we go about trying to change the system.
Yeah, but that's how the
It's
women did it.
different.
The women got their rights by fighting for them.
It's, you know what?
It's true.
Not
though.
saying fighting for them is wrong. Okay, it's how you fight. That's how you
So
do
is
it.
marching wrong then?
No, I'm not saying marching is wrong. Okay, I'm not saying protesting is wrong. We live in a free country. We have that ability. We have that right. Right? But I'm
Peacefully
saying,
protest.
right, peacefully protest. But what I'm saying is when you do that, understand that Black lives matter. I mean, fuck, I have 8 children. Their lives matter. But not because they're black. Because they're my children.
Yeah, but I guarantee they go through a lot of racism. They probably do.
Well, they
And
don't.
that's-
They go through less than me and you because me and you are obviously mixed,
Yeah,
right?
but that's
They're-
colorism.
They
then.
don't. They
That's
don't
colorism.
look right.
You
But
can't
I'm
do
just
that.
telling you. They,
Even like my daughter's lighter, but she's gonna go through different racism from black people because of colorism. But look at her and be like, you're not black, but because she looks white, she's white passing, and that's still a type of racism.
right. But do you see what you just said?
Yeah, it's colorism.
Right. But black people are racist too.
No, the prejudice.
Okay. We can play with words, but it still comes down to the same thing: discrimination. Right?
White people,
they
like,
discriminate.
They've been
against-
doing it for
right.
400 plus years.
But we can't. Let me say I can't stop every discriminatory person out there who has very light complected skin. Right? I can't stop them. But if they come to me personally and start that shit, it's a whole nother world. Because I'll do everything I can in my power, and I'm no little man, to stop them. Right? I promise you that. Okay? So, here's the deal. I don't care that that guy over there don't like me or this guy don't like me because of the color of my skin. Because when I walk down the street, I hold my head high. I don't care. Nobody's going to stop me from chasing what I want. Right? Nobody's going to stop me from raising my family in this country.
And that's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing for my kid, to prove to her that literally, no matter what, your life matters and my life matters just as
No
much.
matter what, exactly, that's it. Doesn't matter because you're black or because he's white. Our lives matter because we're human beings.
I think if we can get that message more through to one another and to our children, so that our children stop thinking, because I think that our children are a product of their environment, right? My kids, you know, a product of
Whatever
some of
you
the
do,
things
they will do the
that I
same.
say or do.
That's why, like,
not
a lot
always.
of-
Thankfully, I didn't do the
that's
things
why-
my father did. I can
That's
tell you
why,
that right now.
that's
No,
why,
I mean, I learned what
even
not
my grandparents,
to do
they're
and not to
racist,
be,
and
so.
they raised me, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, because they tried to make me into something that I didn't want to be.
So
I think I did that to my daughter.
I
No,
promise I'm done being a smartass. So in this hypothetical where both sides came together to talk, do you think your side would acknowledge the existence
I'm
of
gonna
systemic
pan
racism,
over to
though?
him.
I don't knowledge system. I mean, I guess you would have to define systemic racism, because I believe that you could say that and it means a certain thing to you, and it may mean a different thing to me when you say systemic racism, right? So what is systemic?
It means the Jim Crow laws that are on the book, right?
Yeah, I guess,
I mean,
I guess that's a little bit my
Systemic
point.
is like,
No, but that's my point a little bit. What you're
systematic
saying.
is through
There you
like,
go, Ian.
yeah, they do go hand in hand. Systematic.
Because when you say systemic, it means, to me, it means what I hear is they're trying to tell me that from pretty much throughout the entire system, from A to Z, they're all racist. The cops, the top ones, the bottom ones, the white guys, the left. So
It's not the people. It's not necessarily the people themselves.
talking about the
people,
laws, brother.
Yes,
people,
And I
the
agree.
law.
And actually, there is a
doesn't
law.
see it
Yeah,
covered,
but
but
no, there is a law actually in Oregon. As soon as the sun
it's a
goes
Jim
down, black
Crow
people are
law.
not allowed to be out.
Right. It's a Jim Crow
It's
law.
actually
There are
a Jim
Jim
Crow
Crow
law.
laws that are still on the
those were
book.
put in place by the Democrats.
Right.
And Biden voted for those.
And
by
I
the way,
want you to
in case you're
understand that what he just said is a true fact.
Man argument.
Right.
It's not
I'm
straw
not
man.
suddenly
We
gonna
That's
be
why I
like,
said I
rid of
never
it.
endorse what
So-
You're not
Joe
gonna suddenly
Biden
like
is
what?
doing.
I'm
I
just-
just
I'm
don't
not
John
going to
want
be
Paul
like
Trump.
rid
Joe
of
Biden
those
did it,
laws.
so that's
How do we
okay.
get rid of
I
those
still
laws?
don't
Well,
support Joe
for
Biden.
one,
I feel like
we
I've
get
made
rid
that
of-
very clear.
Yeah, no, we
Well,
don't.
I don't know if
That's
you
what I'm
have
saying.
or
A
not,
lot of the
but-
Yeah.
BLM
I know, but
people
this-
don't
I
necessarily
didn't vote
want
for
Joe
Biden. I
Biden.
voted against Trump.
Literally, yeah, that's what I'm saying. We voted
Well,
against
where did you
Trump
put,
because
where did you
Trump
put your vote? You don't have to tell me, but
on Biden. But at
so
the
then you
same
did
time,
vote for him.
But I don't endorse everything he's doing. I'm still going to protest against him.
But he was the biggest racist in the group.
Yeah, do you
No,
not
Trump
understand
is
when-
definitely the biggest racist.
No, do you
What
not
did he- what did
understand
Trump
when
do?
Biden said
He literally sent out like marshals and all of these people to come against BLM people, and I ran most of it. Literally, I led the moms group. Literally, they
Right.
beat me up. They
I don't-
literally take my friends. They
not
beat
saying
us
that
up.
they
I can show
don't,
you videos
but
of
here
what's
you
happened
have to
me.
say,
Like,
Joe Biden, this guy, this Democrat, right? He literally said, if you are not black if you do not vote for me. Are you
That was
freaking kidding me?
cringy as fuck.
okay,
how about-
what a
I'm not
racist
kidding. That's definitely really racist.
Right?
I did
You know
not
what
hear
else he
that.
said? You know what else
I
he said?
never heard that.
How about when he said?
You've never
If
heard
you said that, that's
How about
definitely
this? How
fucked
about
up.
this one? When he
'Cause
said,
that's racist
when he said,
in its own sense.
how about this? When he said, poor kids are just as smart as white kids.
Right.
How about when he said that?
Who was he pertaining to as poor?
How about when he gave the eulogy at the former head of the KKK?
What he just wrecked his bike?
Yeah.
He's an ignorant old white man. He's made it very
No,
He
we
spilt it.
definitely-
Spilt the
it's
bike
like-
down the steps.
I don't think that
Right,
we
no,
should keep Trump in for any longer because I feel like a lot of the times, like, it is making it so that people feel they can be racist towards people or they feel like they can be ruder towards black people. And I've had it happen way more to me now. I get way more racist comments towards me because he has been in office. And that's why.
I don't remember. I know he said a lot of stuff.
Hey, look, George Floyd was hyped up on so
Well,
much.
they're not convicted, but the trial hasn't happened
Have
yet.
you watched
has
the
it?
video? Have you actually watched the video of it?
Has the
And what
trial
happened?
happened?
How long?
We laughed about it.
How
We
long?
laughed about
Right,
it.
but has the
How
trial
long
happened?
did they try to ask him
Has
to
the
get out of his
trial
car?
happened?
Did you watch it from the point where they actually asked him to get out of the car?
deserve to die.
That's not what I'm saying. How long
Okay, everybody
did it
had
take him to
that
get
right
out?
to
Did he
bail.
resist? He resisted for 20 minutes. He resisted.
But did he
So-
deserve to die?
But,
Isn't it just a traffic
but the
stop?
autopsy showed that he died from an overwhelming amount of fentanyl in his system.
Not from having
And meth.
Huh?
It was fentanyl and meth.
Fentanyl and meth in his system. And he couldn't breathe. He was saying, I can't breathe, before they got him out of the car. And they walked him across the street, kitty corner, like, he was on one side of the
I could've
street.
swore he did.
They walked him, when they finally got him out of his car, they were being really
No,
calm,
he was
and they're
literally
being
right
very...
next to his car.
He was in his car, and they asked him to get out.
He was
guy
driving
in
the
the car
car.
next to him, and he was driving.
You've seen the whole thing.
Yeah, and
And there's also
Was he not driving?
he
He
has
wasn't
a
driving, 'cause
he has
he
a
was in the
history
car
of
in the
doing
driver's
that.
seat.
He'd been arrested
all
before,
of that, would
and
you
he did
say
the
the
same
way
thing
that
when he was
he died
arrested.
was
He claimed he
justified?
couldn't
It was
breathe, and then he was
justified
calling
for
for his
not
mama.
putting his knee on him.
That was his
I don't
MO when
think
he was
he
getting
asked for
arrested,
Help.
trying to
He
get
needs
out of
medical
arrest.
attention, and the cop did nothing.
Hey,
He watched him
hey,
die.
I'm going to tell you
You
what
can
I've
only
seen
do
on
so
the
much.
video.
You can only you're holding him down. He's resisting arrest,
Right.
and he's high on everything. It's a very difficult
Right,
situation.
but they are-
How can you help him? How do you
but
know
they-
if he's crying that he can't breathe from the time he gets out of his car, and then he calms down, you sit him down, and you say, "We're going to take you across the street," and they walk him across the street, and he resists consistently. He will not get in the car. He says, "I'm." What does he say? He says to the cop, he says, "Hey, I'm claustrophobic. I can't get in the car. I won't be able to breathe." And the officer says, "Don't worry. We'll go down the window. Don't leave me in here alone. We'll have somebody in the car with you. Don't worry. We'll roll down the windows for you. We'll And he didn't matter. He resisted. They finally got him to get in the car, and he starts kicking the door open. And I think the officer on the other side had opened the door, tried, and he pushed his way through the opposite side of the car and got out. At some point, the cops were just trying to hold the guy down and restrain him. And
for 8 minutes.
so,
now I want to say,
it's
I mean,
hard.
don't
8
get me
minutes
wrong.
goes by in a hurry in a craziness like that. But he didn't deserve to die.
What happened with that
No
police
question.
officer? He did wrong. All right. The 8 minutes knee in the throat was wrong.
That's all it's about.
Hands down.
That's
okay.
literally all it's about.
Most Americans see that that was wrong, and that cop, not the whole fucking police force, should be held accountable.
Yeah, but at
That's
the same
it.
time, they
But
run
that's
as a
where we
football
need to-
team. If one person does that and the officer's just standing there watching it, they
Right.
should all go back to going and like at least going back through training. They didn't even do that. They could be like, look, this is what you're not supposed to do. Let's retrain everybody in this force.
But they do that, and they are doing that. They do that.
Right, and they're holding a couple of them accountable as well.
But they all should be because they were all there. They all
That's
watched
what
it.
I'm saying.
There's just the 3 of them, right? So I
There's
think
4.
they are. Was
There's
there 4?
4.
I thought there
There's
was
1 on
8.
him and 3 watching.
To those officers, George Floyd's life did not matter.
That's
At least
why
to Derek
There
Chauvin.
was actually 3 on him.
Okay, sorry.
Well, one was
If you watch the whole.
altogether.
Yeah, there was one.
Chauvin.
I think
Derek Chauvin.
he
The one
looks
was
Asian
holding
in the
Floyd.
video
Yeah,
where
yeah,
he's standing there watching.
Yeah.
The other 3, George Floyd was a giant. They had 3 guys holding him down.
But it's just like he could have like literally just moved his foot from his neck
Yeah.
to his back.
Yeah.
That's
I agree. That was
literally,
callous.
All he had to do is one of the officers had to be like, he obviously keeps saying he can't breathe, at least move. That's all he had to do. And like literally.
Even better yet, the whole thing. They didn't want to kill him. They're holding him there. I don't think there was
That's the only part
malice
that's fucked up.
to
When
try
they
to
found
kill
out
the
that he
guy.
was dead, they literally looked at him like,
I never saw that or heard that. I never heard him laugh. I
no,
never
they did
saw
laugh.
that.
The one that was on top of him laughed.
Derek Chauvin is a fucking psychopath. He had a beef with George Floyd for a long time. He saw an opportunity to kill
What I'm
him.
saying is, we need.
Let me ask you a question about it. George Floyd
I don't
was.
believe that to be true, but I don't have any evidence to say that wasn't true. That's just an opinion, right? That's just an opinion.
Let me ask you a question. George Floyd was so high on meth and fentanyl, he was out driving, and he tried to use a counterfeit bill that was still wet. Like he was so impulsive that he was trying to pass
No,
off
yes,
a
that's
wet
very
counterfeit
stupid.
bill.
That's very stupid.
Yes. How would you suggest you take a person in custody like that? He was out driving his vehicle in that state of mind. He was a danger to society.
They got him in custody. He didn't run away, and he died.
Have you watched the whole video? There's 2 body cam videos. They're both longer than 30 minutes
I
long.
have watched all of the videos, and all I care about is when those 8 minutes, he was on the ground. They could have given him medical attention, and they didn't. They let him die.
What medical attention could they have given him? If he's
I don't know. I'm just-
One thing that I thought was weird about it is when the medics got there, they just put him in the ambulance, and that's not normal for a medic to come on scene for an unresponsive person. They just put him on the gurney and put him in the ambulance. That was very strange. Usually the medics get on scene and they address the person on the ground. So there was other weird things that were going on there.
Too late.
I think the point where I think it got really bad was when he went unresponsive and then he kept his knee on his neck for another 3
No one
minutes.
needs to die. They literally will start a war if someone dies.
Well, you would think so, but somebody was killed in Portland.
I don't care.
No, but you know what I'm saying, though. Like,
Nobody deserves.
you know what I mean,
That's
though.
what I
Like
said.
now, if something starts
Nobody
now,
deserves to die
in
the
either
way
side,
George Floyd did.
it
And
will start a
again,
war.
George Floyd is also a prime example of the system that puts people in the position that he was in. He was a criminal. He was a drug addict. He did a lot of fucked up things in his life. I am not denying that. But what created George
he held a
Floyd?
pregnant
Was
woman
he
at gunpoint in her
was
home,
he
man. Come
born a
on.
bad person, or is he a product of his environment?
That's an
Did he-
existential
I got a
crisis
great
question.
example for that. A good friend of his is in the NBA. They were basketball players together. They both come from the same neighborhood, similar opportunities throughout things. George Floyd, for whatever reason, took a different path in his life. Right? Doesn't matter. You know?
And I would be willing to argue that that's not just because George Floyd is a bad person who wanted to do crime. That is, George Floyd was a product of his environment.
There's a
Young
lot-
kids end up in gangs and
But nonetheless, when you choose that path, for whatever reason you choose it, right? For whatever reason you've chosen that path, you do have a choice every day to make that. And at some point, there's a consequence to that situation and that choice. When the officer asks you to get out of the car or to get in the car, just do that, and then these things wouldn't happen. It's a very unfortunate fact that if you look through in 2019, How many unarmed black men were killed by the police? 9. 12 unarmed white men, by the way. That doesn't mean they were that they were innocent or that they didn't resist. It just means 9 unarmed black men were killed by police. That's it.
But again,
statistically, that's a very, 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 very small number. So when you look at that, you say 0.0002% of the black population. Right? It's a very, very, very. But if you look at how many black people are being killed by other black people, right? It's a much, much higher number, right? It's a huge number. So where is the real systemic problem? The systemic problem, where is it? You got organizations like Black Lives Matter, right?
Per capita,
As an organization,
you're 3 times more likely to get killed by a cop per capita.
No.
I don't necessarily agree with those statistics because as of 2019, the white alone population of white males was 76.3%, whereas black.
No, it is.
That's not what we're saying. The percentage of the population.
That might be true, but that average. How does that cut down the ratio when you have less black men dying versus white men? That's what she was trying to explain.
No. It might be. Maybe I didn't understand her point. My point is simply that in 2019 there were only. I don't say only because I don't want to belittle the loss of 9 people's lives. You know, right. So. I just want to be clear that I'm not insensitive to that. At the same time, doesn't mean that all of those people didn't resist, right? I mean, like the other day, somebody came at the cops with a knife, and they were backing away, saying, "Stop, stop, stop!" They're backing away. The person keeps coming at them with a knife, and they get shot. I have awkward opinions about it, right? I've taken my CC classes. I've done this, that, and the other thing, and they talk about somebody being 27 feet away from you or 25 feet away, and if they start coming at you, they can close that distance before you can get your weapon out and actually be prepared. So where does that fine line come between going stand back, and that weird and I in that class going, God, I never thought about like that. I'd love to be able to just stay away from me and let's just you go your way, I'll go mine. And the last thing I want to do is have to. I don't want to have to shoot you for anything. I don't want to have to shoot you.
The ultimate goal is to not have to drop charges.
No, never, right?
That's ridiculous. So much time arguing over every individual police shooting situation about what could have been right, what could have been done wrong. The fact of the matter is a police officer killed a black man. We need to be looking at how we got there in the first place. The destruction of black families, especially in the 90s from the crime bill that sent tons of black fathers to jail, destroying families, creating poverty, etc., etc., etc. It's systemic. How about we create a world? How about we create a world instead where people don't feel like they need to resort to crime to make a living?
Yes, very true.
There's always going to be crime, and I think you're oversimplifying that they have to resort to crime to make a living. That's not necessarily. They don't have to do that. They don't have to do that.
I definitely have.
They don't have to do that. So, look. Use your example. I agree with the things that you said about it. It'd be great. But if you look at, and I know we're not giving to the president necessarily, but when I look at that and I say, look what President Trump did for that, right? I wasn't a fan of his. I don't like the way he carries himself. I don't like his Twitter stuff. The name calling stuff. That's just ridiculous. So that's a lot of people's face I don't like. But I'm calling racist. But you look at it, and he put in opportunity zones within black communities to try to encourage.
Off the black part, he's sexist. Point blank period, he's sexist.
Wait, hold on. Opportunity what?
He put in opportunity zones into underprivileged neighborhoods, right? Poorer neighborhoods, opportunity zones, which was an incentive for people to invest and build businesses and build apartments and build things inside those opportunity zones, which are primarily black communities. He put a lot more money, much more money towards historically black colleges and gave them a 10-year contract so they didn't have to keep worrying about their fate every year after every year, right? Black unemployment was the highest it's been in the history of our country. And so was women's unemployment, so was all minority unemployment as a whole. The best it's been in the history of our country. Those are really good things, among a lot of other things, like peace deals that he's negotiated in the Middle East. How many years have politicians been saying they were going to do that, promising they were going to do that, and not do it? For 8 years, Obama said that he was going to change NAFTA and he never accomplished that, right? I mean, there's so many things. So when I look at the stuff that he's accomplished, regardless of whether you like his face or his tweets or whatever, if you just look at those things that he's done for the country, if you just look at his policies, they've been really good for the country and really good for the country, meaning they're really good for the people of our country, right? Our wealth was the best. I mean, tax cuts across the board.
I make less money.
I don't know what
I got that initial cut in 2018, I think, when this 17 or 18 when it started. Ever since then, my income has gone down. I've been taxed more. I was making about $60,000 a year, and my take-home income went down. But if you're a billionaire, your income fucking skyrocketed.
No, so look. Some of the billionaires, they're going to make their money. They're always going to make their money. Doesn't matter who puts in what taxes, whatever game that they want to play with the taxes. With the rich. Look, I have a business. I started 7 years ago from me sitting at my desk. Now we're one of the top companies in what we do in the whole region, right? And we've got 3 people: myself, my son, and my brother. And we bust our ass every day and get up and go to work every single day to make our company what it is, right? We've been able to do that not because of Trump, not because of nobody else, because we just get up and we roll up our sleeves and go to work every single fucking day and bust our ass 10, 12, 14, whatever it takes to make a living, right? So if you tax me more for my product, I'm going to pass it on. If you come to me and you want, I don't have a burger joint, but I was using an example. You tell me now my business has got to pay more money, whether I'm a billionaire or not, I'm not going to lose money. I'm going to charge you another nickel for that thing because I'm not going to lose the money. They're getting taxed even when you look at that.
Progressives don't care about taxing small businesses to oblivion. Wealth tax is to apply to billionaires who have more money than not.
It doesn't
and I'm not saying that I want to take their money. People seem to think that I just want all their money.
All right.
All of the new,
I want to ask
all
one
of
question
the
to
new
her.
wealth
So if I
generated
got a
in this
chance, I'm
company,
going to try it
as
real
our
quick.
GDP goes up and our country's economy becomes more and more powerful, the people that see that benefit are the people at the top. They're the ones
Everybody
cashing
does.
out.
Jobs are up also. They're going to make their money. They're going to make more money disproportionately than anybody else. It's always going to happen. It is. It's disgusting.
Jeff Bezos
but don't kid
has
yourself.
made $90 whatever billion since the pandemic started because people
yet,
stopped shopping in stores and went and shopped at him. And what has he done? He hasn't improved the working conditions in his facilities. Boo-hoo, he gave him $15 an hour. Bullshit. He took it all for himself. So he could buy more mega yachts.
I agree. I think he's disgusting.
I hate him.
do
And
me
that's
a
the
favor.
problem.
Him
Is that
and-
those
and-
at the top
flag on the
serve
back of it?
themselves first.
So great. I totally agree with you there. Like
Can you go get my
100%.
umbrella
Not
out
only
of
do
that?
they serve
Oh,
themselves,
okay.
that's what I'm saying. They're
Thank
not
you.
going to lose money. You tax them, they're just going to pass it on down. That's what they do. It's going to tax you because they're not going to hurt. They're not going to hurt. If you made $100 million less, wouldn't matter to him.
We can create
But what it
systems
does-
of accountability that
How? What's the
make
accountability? You tell them you can't make any more money?
No, I'm saying
Well,
that
you have to be careful that you don't disincentivize it. So one of the things that Trump did was he was saying, oh, well, these tariffs and things. What he's done is, what's happened in the past was you tax the hell out of the corporations and their businessmen. What do? Oh, hell, I'll just go make my shit over here because I'm going to make more money, right? And Trump's like, no. You start running, you repatriate that money. You come back here, you start, and if you go offshore, your products coming back in are going to get hit because there's no way we're going to let you continue to take the American wealth and run off with it, right? We're not going to let you continue to rape the American economy and take all our money, run it all to China. Look what's happened over the last 20 plus years, the last 2, 3, 4, 5 decades. We don't make our own pharmaceuticals anymore. We don't make almost anything here.
It's tragic.
It's all in China. It's all that American wealth has been exported. Right?
And that's due to business owners realizing they can save money. And that trend
Most everything's kind of shutting down here. Coming to an end. The looks like mainstream news media.
Another country and do their business because it's cheaper for them and they make more money. If they make more money, people invest in the company. It's a difficult thing, but if let's say I have a 401k plan and my 401k plan goes up, it goes up because the company I invested in are making more money. If that company can make more money by going to XYZ country, right? And now they're more profitable. I got more money in my 401k. I made money too. Now, I don't like that idea. I don't like that they can go off to China or they can go off to, and a lot of my products are made in China. Don't get me wrong. I have to travel there and do work. Probably everything that I'm wearing is made in China. I actually think the shield is.
My hoodie's from Portland.
Your hoodie's from Portland? Yeah, like I said, Navy might choose.
But here's what I don't understand is wealthy and corporate tax rates, if you start, say, in the 1950s and you follow that trend, they have slowly gone down and down and down because, like, during our peak manufacturing boom in the United States, corporate and wealthy tax rates were much higher. And then they've slowly gone down, and then we hit Reaganomics, and then they tank. And
Can I
there's
ask you
strong
a question real quick?
correlation.
It's one thing it's a talking point I've heard from the universities, and you said that that when a white person is discriminative towards a black person, it's racism. But when a black person is that to a white person, it's just prejudice. That seems like doublethink and a different standard for different people.
I wish that I could understand it more, but that's just what I'm not very like smart when it comes to things like this, so I'm just now learning stuff because I mean I'm only 22 years old, so still have a lot.
That's fair.
Of
Are you in college right now?
Yeah. So
Did you hear that from one of your professors?
Huh?
Did you hear that from one of your professors?
No, actually, like my mom is one that
Yeah.
my mom and like my friends
Yeah.
and just older people that I look up to.
right.
I don't really talk to my mom.
Okay, I appreciate you being honest and just like saying, you're not
it's
really
just,
sure about it. But I'll give you my perspective on it.
Yeah.
I'll give you two perspectives. I think that's a talking point from Marxism. It's ideas that are meant to cause division between
That's
the
kind of how I
races.
feel about when people say Antifa is like a group or something.
It's what?
Antifa,
Is
like
what about it?
how they're a dangerous group or something. It's just anti-fascist. That's how I feel about that.
They
It's just a way
attack
of-
people and
yeah,
they hurt
that's
people.
what I'm saying. So do Proud Boys. That's why it's like either way. It's like neither of those groups should be a thing because it's like both of those groups, if they are a thing, happen to just hurt people if that's how people see it. Because like we see it as Proud Boys hurt us, they see it as Antifa hurts them. It's like both of the groups. It's kind of like gangs. Why have them?
I've been personally jumped by Black Lives Matter for filming an event.
Yeah, see, that's how I feel about Proud Boys. Like, I've been personally beat up because of Proud Boys.
Yeah, I understand that. So there are bad elements in every group.
Yeah, there's bad elements in every
But
aspect
I
of
want
life.
to go back to the point I was curious about talking to you about. So I said that I think that's an idea out of Marxism it's purposely meant to divide a society so that people are divided and angry
exactly
against each other.
What's your idea of Marxism?
Marxism
I just
is
like to ask everybody's ideas just so I can understand.
Marxism is the system of thinking that Karl Marx put out in his philosophy of with Engels for communism. So Marxism basically is the idea that no government is necessary. We're gonna try to create a society where the government eventually disappears and people just live in utopia freely.
I mean, that would be really cool, but that's impossible.
Yeah, I agree. I
mean, doesn't everybody want that?
Yeah.
But that's also
So my,
like almost
I guess my
impossible.
point is that I think that idea that when white people are discriminatory towards black people, that it's racism, but when black people are discriminated towards white people, it's just prejudice. I think that's an idea that tries to create different rules for different people groups, and it causes division. And how I said to you I was going to give you a second thought on it. How it personally affects me. When people say that, it's just so frustrating. It's like, okay, you get one standard of rules and I get a different standard of rules, and when we both do the same thing, I'm guilty of something bad and you're guilty of something just a little bit bad. I think we have to treat each other like equals and hold each other to the same standards.
And that's how I feel about the system too, is that everything just needs to be completely like.
The problem is that
I think I'm gonna get out of here.
I know, I'm about to leave,
It's
too.
getting pretty cold.
I'm fucking cold.
I really enjoyed seeing you guys take the time to actually have a dialogue. I wish more people would do that. I don't know if you guys.
People are scared.
You're from
scary.
Portland?
I'm actually born and raised in Salem, but
Oh, yeah?
I just moved to Portland like 5 months ago.
Okay, so you've been up there in the. You said
Yeah.
you were leading the Wall of Moms.
Yeah, I led the Wall of Moms.
Yeah. I've been documenting this stuff for a couple months. I'm Villain Report, or it started out as Villain Phoenix. I was in there in Black Bloc in the original, just trying to film it.
I actually
so.
was the one that talked to Ted Wheeler that was on the stage wearing the green vest when there was like huge groups of people out there. When Ted Wheeler got gassed,
Oh yeah.
I was the one that was speaking up to him.
All right.
Face to face with him.
That's the footage I need to get that day. That's the only day I wasn't there.
I don't know who footage did. I never pay attention to
I'll get it.
anyone.
I'll get it.
All right. So nice to talk to you. I appreciate the dialogue you guys were having. So that's what I've been trying to do.
I just hope you remember what I said about just other countries, people. I
No,
mean,
no.
there's
What's
racism.
your name?
There's racism.
Villain Report on YouTube and Twitter.
Other places.
It
Yeah.
really is. It really
way
is.
worse. Were
you
We
down
are so
filming
blessed
the
to
stuff
be
down
in
at the
America,
Justice Center?
regardless of.
But it's at the same time we should
Yeah,
fight
for the
for
first
better. We should fight for
until
more,
July
more, even though
12th,
people are
I
like,
was
well,
there
we're kinda
almost
pussies
every
for
night.
fighting for
I
more.
also filmed in
Even though
Chop.
that's what we should all be
I
doing.
held
We
one
should
of the
always fight
one of the
for
teenage
better
boys that got
lives.
shot. I held him in the
I
backseat of the
agree.
car
But
on the way to the
with
hospital
the
with Bradley
exception
driving.
of tearing
I've got a really bad reputation amongst the anarchy group, the Antifa and the BLM, because they just think I'm a chud, think I'm out there to attack people, and they also don't want them being filmed. But what's going on over here?
Hey, don't let him get beat up. That's what I mean.
Cops are standing down there. Cops are standing down. Hey, can I ask you guys why you aren't intervening here?
Just showing up. We don't know what's going on. Pick it up.
Guys, my bag.
He dropped shells. He dropped shells.
Hey, man,
let's go. Pick it up. He just went over there and dropped it. Good job. Do your fucking job. Pick his shit up. What's taking that moving? Pick his job. Take it back over there. Try to know what's going on. Do your job. No. He left the fucking scene of crime.
He fucking went over there and dumped a bunch of trash.
Not just trash. Vacation. This is trash I found in the woods. He just dropped shells over there. I see it. Right. You don't just find vacation. He just dropped fucking shells over there.
Clouds out over there.
Protecting a fucking child.
You're trying to make us look bad? You're a fucking idiot. Go pick
Do
up
your
your
job.
garbage.
Pick up the shit.
You guys can feel
He
free.
just dropped fucking shells.
What do you mean? What do you mean he dropped shells?
He just dropped empty shells.
Bullet shells, bullet casings?
Yes. Get out of your house. Yeah, you probably do, you fucking pig motherfucker. Look at his bag. Look at the bag in his hand.
Did you drop bullet casings?
Can I just say something? We need to calm the hell down in this country. We need to calm the hell down in this country.
I agree.
You understand? We need to calm down.
You're a fucking enemy of this country, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm a domestic terrorist. I admit it. I admit it. I'm a domestic terrorist. I think it's past time to maybe take it down a notch here. Take it down a notch. I walked right past your group.
Go pick your shit up.
I have the right to nonviolent act of resistance just as you do.
Fuck you and your fucking nonviolent.
And you know, all you guys did was hip check me. I think this is all totally fine. And it's about time to take things down a notch in this country.
You're safe. You're safe. You're behind the cops. Can I ask you? People are accusing you of dropping shell casings over there. Why are they accusing you of that?
Oh, I'm not sure. These people are highly rational, as we've seen for several years. So I'm not responsible for the irrational things you all believe in.
You did not do that?
I really don't know what you're talking about.
What started this? Why did they get your attention? Why was the mob after you right now?
I don't know. Wow, am I famous all of a sudden? Hey, everybody, y'all need to calm the hell down. We're all Americans here, and we should treat it as such. That's how I feel about it.
I agree. So let's have a rational conversation. What caused them to start?
Your side has not had rational conversations in a very long time. I say that as someone who came from a libertarian point of view and watched what you guys have done to the discourse in this country. I take it very seriously. I think it is time to calm things down.
I agree, and I think that discourse is the way to go. So since me and you are trying to have a discourse, what happened over there? You can't just say nothing happened. Why did they start coming after you?
So what I can say is that the other night I was in Portland, Oregon, and I watched one person break one window, and within 10 minutes, law enforcement from 7 agencies, including federal agencies, DHS, Border Patrol, FPS, showed up on a one-way residential street with nearly 20 vehicles and 100 units over a fucking broken window. Now, I remember a couple of years ago, back in, 2015, when someone called Dylan Bundy took over a federal building with no intervention for, 2 full weeks? And I would like to understand the difference between those two events.
I do want to discuss
I would like
things
to
with you.
understand why there are federal law officers terrorizing people in the city that I live in, which happens to have a few more ethnic minorities than your city does.
I would love to
and we are all Americans, so what is the reason for that, that inequity?
I agree, and I'd like to discuss these kind of things with you, but you're avoiding the question I asked you. What caused the interaction over there? Why did that group start following you?
It's fine that you want to talk to me. I have no idea who you are, and frankly, I don't need to give my time or energy to anybody.
I'm giving you the chance to speak about. I'm giving you the chance to share your side about what happened.
Matt,
we need to talk to you. This way. Okay. Thank you. We're back up front. Clean up this shit.
You need to clean that up.
They're getting them now because they have an opportunity to reload them.
Since you guys already like documented this, you guys know that he's the one that dropped this, and so they were not going to try to report this that we left cases and this and that.
What?
What am I being arrested for? What am I being arrested for, sir?
Take a step back from me.
What am I being arrested for?
Back.
What is he being arrested for?
Yeah, what is he being arrested for? You have to tell him. He asked you. You guys do realize you have to tell him when you're arresting him, right? That's part of the law.
God bless you.
This summer, we watched DHS agents detain individuals in Valley Market.
Can you tell me your name so I can help you?
Step back on the sidewalk, please. Step back on the sidewalk, please.
Oh, I don't know who he is. You don't do that. Trying to get us in trouble. Yeah, you can.
Excuse me, guys.
Being
Excuse
arrested
me.
for,
Excuse me.
Do you realize it's just a ticket that you have to get?
Sorry.
And if you're arresting him to protect him, we'll walk him out of it.
Gun, bullet, ammo.
Guess I'm going to come back to this in a second. I want to figure out what happened. That's what I'm trying to figure out. People were saying that he dropped shell casings somewhere, but haven't got the story yet. Hey, buddy. You sound like you knew what happened over there.
Where?
It sounded like you knew the story of what just happened.
Everything I've just been hearing.
Just what you heard. Did anybody over here see why the group started following him?
Oh, Gina did. Gina heard about it. The chick over here witnessed it. He dropped a bunch of shell casings.
Which chick? Her?
Right here.
You saw what happened? Why the group started coming after him?
Yeah, because he walked up the sidewalk right there. He had a plastic bag. He still had the bag in his hand. And he dumped it out with garbage and shell casings. He's trying to make us look bad.
Does anybody have any of the shell casings, or is it
They're
still over there?
on the ground.
The police haven't got it yet?
I don't think so.
Police ran over there. Somebody's
You see where the guy jumped the trash at?
I didn't.
No?
There was a cop that just ran over behind us.
Yeah. Where is it? Farther up or?
Just right here on the left, I think.
Right up here on the left?
I think they're probably over there right now looking at us.
All right.
Hey, what's up, my friend?
Hey man, how you doing? Good to see you, buddy. I gotta film. I'm running, trying to.
I am not sure what exactly.
Okay, so.
No. Hey, stop. No.
I know. We'll take care of all that. I appreciate
Okay, so you guys, the story is the man that was being arrested over there with the light-colored afro came over here. Several people saw him dumping a trash bag out, and it's full of shell casings over here. So the assumption is that he was trying to make the group look bad by dumping a bunch of shell casings here. So everybody go ahead and get a good screenshot of that and put it out on the internet. You do what you want with it.
Sideshow Bob looking motherfucker from The Simpsons.
Yeah, they
walked by once, I observed him walking. He was checking everyone out. He came back, and that's when he dumped that and kept walking. And all we wanted him to do was come back and clean his shit up. Once we have
There's fingerprints probably all over it.
I put the bat down, and I put my hands up and said, look, you want this to stop? Make him clean his mess up. Because we're not going to be made to look.
I've already taken a photo, guys, so go ahead and just back off. You guys need a hand? I have a broom in my room. I appreciate it. We got it, sir. Thank you.
Still in his hand.
Guaranteed there's prints on those.
You know what? I don't. I have it all memorized.
about 5.
You guys step back for me. Yep. Thank you.
Can you clear the back? Step back, please. Thank you.
Okay, I'm back to the other group over there. It's like they already took him away, I guess. Looks like. Yeah, they already took him away. Looks like everything's buttoning up. I'm gonna linger for a little bit longer. Are you cool with that, or are you gonna leave? Yeah? Okay.
Just a little bit.
Cool. Oh my goodness.
What do you know?
Can I pet your dog?
Go for it.
What dog? What's the name?
Harlow.
Hot dog?
Harlow.
Harlow. Oh, hello. Yes. You are what I need right now. He's okay.
Shoes on everything. Girl.
Oh. Thank you.
I kind of want to see. Let's see it. Hey, let's see it. Hey, let's see it.
You know what's going on?
No, Antifa, I guess, rioting.
Do you know where they are?
No.
Do you have any intel on what's going on right now? I got where will go? I got the story on what happened with that guy over there. He came over and dropped a plastic bag full of shells on the ground.
Did you ever find that plastic bag?
He kept the plastic bag, but the cops just the cops took all the shells into evidence bags just now, and they arrested him. Huh? Oh, he had all kinds of shells in there. Oh, he did it again. He's done that before? Okay.
You guys know how much I hate running, right?
I don't know if we're even, is it close enough to go to? To walk to? Is there an unrest going on down here? No, thank you.
You guys give us a ride?
Okay. Huh?
They might just be trying to get everybody to disperse.
They won't disperse this because it's not an unrest. So I don't know where they're going. Hey, does anybody in chat? Are you guys able to give me some intel? Can you see anything going on in Salem right now? Why that SWAT team just drove by? Pringle Park. Can you Google that? Where's Pringle Park? How close are we? That's one of these guys. Hey, do you guys? They're my chat's telling me Pringle Park. You guys?
Oh,
yeah.
I know where that's at. I know where that's at.
Pretty good.
I've watched you for a long ass time.
Thanks, man.
What's
I actually
the
thought
thing?
you were someone else over there. And I thought
It's really hard to find conservatives.
Pringle Park. Pringle Park. Can you guys see how far away that is? Is it close enough to walk?
So you know that new park at the hospital?
I don't know Salem very well.
So masked up.
What's up?
Fucking. Wait, I want to get a picture. You calling me? I'm like, your voice sounds familiar when you're talking to me.
Are you able to, or can you Google?
I know where it's at. Here, I'll shit you right now.
Pringle Park, I don't know. I know Riverfront's that way. That's where I was earlier.
So Pringle, all right. So you know the street Mission?
Mission's the main street going up and down north and south.
All right. So this is the hospital right here, and you know how there's like the B section of the hospital, and there's like a park, but Bush Park's right here. You know where Derby Hill is? You know that hill at Bush Park?
How far are we from it?
We're not even that far. It's like literally
Couple
that
blocks.
direction.
Like how many
So,
blocks?
all right. So if you turn left here,
Uh-huh.
and then turn left one more time, and then turn right,
Uh-huh.
and then you're gonna keep going straight past the first light. You're gonna pass it, and then you're gonna see a hospital, and then the bridge underneath it, and then you're gonna hit a T Street where it's the Bush Park. Turn right, and when you're going right, the first little park on your right hand side, that's Pringle Park.
Okay,
There,
great.
you're gonna see a lot of spinning stuff.
All right. All right.
Is
Thank
that part of
Wait,
the
I want to take
hospital?
a picture with you.
Is that part of the hospital?
you.
Yeah, it's a new park for the hospital.
Yeah. So basically, go to the hospital.
All right.
I'll have him. I want to. What's your channel called?
Villain Report.
Villain Report.
Yeah. All right, guys. Nice meeting you.
I'm parked just right up here, actually.
Okay. Are you gonna get out here and head home now?
I don't know. I guess I could.
What-
Or you think this is going to be something to look at? Or?
I want to go over there and see it.
Yeah. How
Yeah.
far away are you parked?
I'm gonna mute for a second, guys.
They bring their egos here with their rights.
Sorry, I bumped the mute. But, yeah, it's right.
A little trivial.
Yeah. So they're spotlighting onto the Capitol building Princess Leia right now. This crowd, I don't know how long it was muted. The screen got touched and muted it. My camera's been weird today. But the crowd was yelling at each other. This older man here is accusing people of murdering people, and then the crowd was accusing him of being a baby killer. And it was just irrational screaming back and forth, and just degeneration of our society.
I said, where were you in the military? Where did you serve? They said, I wasn't in the military. I've asked those questions.
Where'd Rebel go? Yeah, let me check with one more person over here to see about security and Okay, guys, from what I've gathered, most people are leaving. There's a couple Patriot security groups that are still here. They're deciding whether they want to just leave or if they are going to stick around. Most everybody's gone. Intel is that Antifa is marching this way. They were at Pringle Park in Salem. We're at the Capitol building in Salem, and some people are saying that they're as close as a block away, and we're not exactly sure where they are. So, trying to make some personal safety choice decisions here and decide what I want to do. It's kind of scatterbrained here, and not everybody's on the same page. So it says they just passed McDonald's. I think McDonald's is just like 3 blocks away.
Thanks, Phil.
So.
Looks like they're heading this way, guys.
Yeah.
They're coming down High Street.
So,
Thank you.
all right, guys, got a little plan in motion. I'll try to safely as I can film what's going on here. So. See them up there on the corner. Looks to be a block long. Looks to be about, can't tell too clearly from here, but at least 300, possibly 500. I can't even tell if that's true at this point yet. There's definitely 100 people. To 200 people probably at this point. Phone's not gonna die, is it? Your phone gonna die? Probably 100 to 300 people. guys, if you were watching right now, I'm in Salem, Oregon, by the Capitol building. There's a group of 100 to 300 maybe-ish Antifa black bloc types marching onto the Capitol. Can't really tell a good description on how many there are, what kind of numbers there are. And they're marching up to the Capitol now. Maybe the group is closer to around 100 people. 100, 150. The ACLU, always on time. There's obviously some organization here because the timing of getting that spotlight up and the march in here. Police line, a group of armed patriots there. I don't believe the Proud Boys are still here. Police line of I'm gonna squeeze by you, excuse me. A bunch of the streamers are targeting me right now, pointing their cameras at me, so. Got the remainder of the conservative or the patriot group over there. Rest in peace, Trump, up on the building. And the protester crowd here.